Hello, my name is Wyatt Fairchild. I CrossFit out of my home in Oklahoma City. I don't have enough money to go every month to an affiliate. I'll sometimes drop in and say hey, but I figured slowly over time collecting items for my home gym would be more efficient, in which case it has turned out to be. Plus I just love some of my stuff. So let me show you around. I've got this tiny little front room in my house. That's where I keep all of my equipment. We'll start here. When I first started, I only had a pull-up bar, a door frame pull-up bar, and a bike. And I quickly acquired this little bent standard set with a couple of concrete weight plates. I could put 95 pounds on it, so I was able to do a lot of the main site workouts. Come over here, I've got PVC pipe foam roller, 2 sets of homemade rings. You know what those are. Put them in the oven and bend them. They work great. A couple of cross balls and cones for sprinting. Just some rolled up straps for that. I can hang them from the tree in my front yard. I made those handstand push-up things. I forgot what they're called. And I've got a couple of standard. I bought an extra set of standard weights when I first started for like 20 bucks on Craigslist. Then I saved up and bought a full Olympic weightlifting set, metal plates. I've got this crappy old squat stand right there. I normally don't keep it inside, but it's been kind of a blizzard the past couple of days here in Oklahoma City, so I brought it inside so I could lift some heavy stuff. Got this rope right here. It's 22 feet. Had them cut and shipped for about $20 online. It was just excellent. I did that little eyelet knot thing. I've got this Concept 2 rower that I found on Craigslist for only about $300, and it had less than 10,000 meters rode on it. I thought something had to be wrong with it, so my brother and I called the guy up, drove out there as quick as we could. Ends up the guy was pretty hefty, and he said it hurt his back, so he was going to sell it, and it had been sitting in his closet for about a year. So I jumped on that. I've got a couple of bikes there. I do like to go biking. I was biking before CrossFit, and I've got a couple of races lined up for the summer. My first big time purchase, full price big time, high temp bumpers from Rogue. I've got 2 25-pound pairs, and then in the middle right there, 2 45-pound plates. And I've got 3 Olympic bars over here. Not the best quality, but they take a beating, so I can throw them around and have fun with that. And there's the remainder of my Olympic weightlifting plate set. So let me take you outside. So we come outside here, the conditions in Oklahoma. We are not used to it, to say the least. We get about 1 or 2 good snows a year. Anyways, I do most of my workouts right there on that flat area or right here on the yard. That tree right there is where I can throw up my rings or my rope. Do plenty of workouts up there. Come around right here to the front part of my yard. There's a brick ledge that ends up being about 23 inches, so I can do all my box jumps there, and I'll throw on a couple weight plates to make it a little bit taller if I need to. So we'll go up here into my carport. I can back my car out, and I can back this squat cage contraption out and squat in it, press in it, overhead squat in it, you name it. I built it about 150 bucks, Home Depot. And there's the support system. Up at top I've got, I think it's 1.5 inch pipe, so we can do pull-ups. I can have 2 people, 1 on either side here. I'm doing kipping pull-ups in a Metcon, and it holds up just fine. I've got this right here, which you can remove and unscrew it, and I've got adjustable heights that you can put it at, and you can turn it around. On the outside you can have a couple of people doing, let's say, front squats or something. It'll work out right there. But that thing gets pulled out right where my car is, and that's how we do workouts outside. And then I've got a couple 45 or a couple 400 meter tracks starting right here and going down the street that way and coming back. You walk in here to my living room. I did most of my early day Metcons in here. Cindy, Fran, all those good workouts. Here's the pull-up bar just bolted into the door frame, and I actually did a workout on it last night, so I still use it. So that's the general look at everything that I have here in my house. Most of it's just deals that I found on Craigslist or Home Depot, like my squat stand, put it together myself, designed it myself. But overall, I spent right around $1,000 now that I bought that bumper plate set from Rogue. It pushed me maybe a little over 1,000. But just kept my eyes open for good deals and steals on Craigslist, and from people I know. Sometimes I traded some stuff. We have anywhere from myself to 9 to 10 different people running down the street running 400. So I have a little thing going on here. Lots of fun. Love working out here. So if you're ever in the area, drop on by and we'll get a workout in.